By like 6 or 8 years old, I understood that if I pass away on the couch right now, that's just what's supposed to happen. But the struggle was my mom being one of 10 children and her mom being one of 13 is that they died off
What do you mean?
from accidents. We never went to the hospital. So there's over 1,000 cousins. Over a thousand cousins. They would pray, and they'd
Just
sit over a sick
life is
man.
life, or God will save them.
Almost God will save him. What would we do? Like comfort.
Have
like
you been there in some of these
I've been there, and I have a culture. I'm from a Western culture of drinking. Cowboys. They're called firstborn Christian.
Firstborn Christian.
Yeah, and it's just reading the MJK version of the Bible,
Word for word.
Yeah,
Right.
And when you read it word for word, it's
of that
freaking
translation.
hardcore of that
Yeah.
translation.
Well, that's
my little brother caught appendicitis one time,
okay. So that's
and this was a big one.
I woke up about 6 in the morning, got myself up and held on and yawned. Bathroom to wash up. On my face, soap in my hands.
Mom is one of 13.
How many died?
I think probably 8 of them made it past 30.
8 of them made it past 30.
Yeah, so a little over half.
Okay, that's about right ratio. Okay.
It's a strong half because they watched their fucking little brother and little sister die, and I think that makes them a strong person. If you got sick, they would tell you kindly
We
that,
kindly give you everything that we
you're
have the power
probably
of.
gonna die, and you're probably gonna die.
Do they tell you to pray? Is that how you're gonna live through it? By your own
They
sacrifice
give you that
and
option.
pray?
You can pray.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They just let you know that you could die and that this is okay. This is divine. This is all right.
Were you abused?
No.
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 I love my family, even though sometimes cold and grow.
No. I felt okay about it. I feel okay about it.
It's a pretty good spectrum.
I'm not gonna impose that on somebody else, but I'm grateful that I was raised in the warrior spirit.
Touche, dude. That is a warrior spirit.
All right. This is Nomad Damon. You're listening to Traveling Sounds from the Blueberry Lounge. That's a little preview of this episode to come. I was spending some time up in Sedona for some winter months, and it was just an amazing time. I was hanging out up at Synergy. There's like open jams every night. Went down to Cottonwood to a place called Fojol Bros. That's this guy. He's doing like a food truck carnival program. It's like a drive-through curry, and it's just all kinds of music. Shout out Sal and the Salamander Collective. And when I was down there, I met this amazing character named Aaron, who we traveled around. We had both have kind of the similar RVs, and we recorded this podcast. And this is a really awesome, deep conversation about purpose, life. We share Aaron's story of growing up in a firstborn Christians, the people that don't utilize Western medicine or doctors of any kind. So we tell stories about family members, passing away from illnesses that could have been prevented, and his look back on that and how that shaped the lives that we live in. We get into a fun little game of poker. We play a little bit of music, and we just have a great deep conversation. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you think. Nomad Damon, Traveling Sounds from the Blueberry Lounge.
house warm for the old lady next to the table. Gotta keep the wood stove burning for the dinner. Gotta keep the table clean for all of our kin. I'm lying to you, my friend. Got some things to do. Working for all of our family till the day is through. In the morning it all works out. Biscuits and gravy about. Everybody gathers around the table. Coffee and biscuits and gravy and wine for all. I never get this, never. Anywhere that I roam, anywhere you find friendship is where you find your home. And I never than I did back in my own hometown. But I never felt such redemption. Finding friends all around. I met David. We made friendship. We made adventure. And we made it all. No one can stop this train from rolling. We're going so far out of town, but the train keeps rolling. Never slow down. The train keeps rolling back to our home, where we find home is Jesus. Where we go I was born across the street from Sonic in Cortez, Colorado.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic, the fast food station. There was a small trailer park across from Sonic, and I was born in my mom's bedroom.
Okay.
Because as her religion, it was a home birth, and
Her is she in a religion or just like?
yeah, a firstborn religion and King James version of the Bible, and doctors are like not are frowned upon. We're not allowed to see the doctors or cuss or.
Okay,
or
I don't know about this. My mother is a midwife,
person.
but she
Okay.
didn't really particularly do home births, just because she saw babies in hospitals die with all the equipment,
Yeah.
and for her, she didn't want to be held liable. For most people, she would do like Mormon
Yeah.
family, or not Mormon, Mennonite families, and maybe like families with heavy religious like backings that she knew weren't gonna like sue her.
Yeah,
If a baby died.
there's a huge liability thing, and I'm grateful that I was born and raised in a place away from the liability matrix
Yeah.
that exists today, and not like because I'm trying to like be free from responsibility, because like a part of being born and raised out of the liability matrix is taking a lot of responsibility and having strength in that. And so, I was actually birthed by by my mom's priest.
You were birthed. So your mom's priest, male or female?
Male.
Male.
Pulled me out. Anyway, my
What?
mom did the work. My mom did the work. The priest pulled
Touche,
me out,
touche,
right?
touche. But my mom still never wanted to do the home births because things go wrong. But what did you guys go through? Like you said, something like having struggles with that.
Yeah. My family's well, is pretty hardcore. So
Didn't like doctors
there was
at all.
Yeah, no doctors, no midwife, no status from the government, which I think was beautiful and awesome. That it didn't have to do anything according to like what's
Do you have
legal
a
or
birth certificate?
responsible. I have a birth certificate, which I got weeks after my birth,
Weeks after your birth.
when my mom like carried
So
me
you
into
were a
the
rainbow
office.
child for a little bit.
Yeah. And my mom carried me into the office and said, "This is his name. This is when he was born."
Do you know about rainbow children?
I know a little bit about rainbow children. I know one, and I've read in the history. And
Just like
Wanted
kids
to go.
born at home that never went and got their social security card. Not like indigo children.
all right,
You
yeah,
know.
not to be confused.
You know, so yeah, the indigo, and there might even be
And
there
that's
might even be a
cool.
rainbow children.
And I was almost. There was a potential for me to go that path, but I did. I went and got a social security number and everything. The challenge was the old lifestyle of the Wild West. My mom is one of 10 children, and her mom is one of like 13 children.
Wild West. Where were you? Where is home for you? Where were you born at?
Home for me was in between Colorado and California for the last like 4 generations, or as far as my family can remember. And so they went on the gold rush and they came back
So
here.
you have four generations of family history remembered.
Yeah.
And that is the gold rush. You know what year?
No, I don't know what
But
year
4
or
generations.
what path.
So
And-
4
and
generations.
There was a lot of intermingling, and there's some Indian blood in there from whatever interaction came about from my family's interaction there. But the struggle was my mom being one of 10 children and her mom being one of 13 is that they died off really quickly.
What do you mean?
From accidents. We never went to the hospital, so
Well, okay.
So
and
accidents like a kid playing doctor in the wood shop and takes a teaspoon of lye, and instead of going to a hospital and saying like, "Oh,
Charcoal
fuck,
pump or
I've had
anything.
poisoning,"
Would they pray?
they would pray, and they'd
Just
sit over a
life
sick
is
pan.
life, or God will save them.
Almost God will save him. What would we do? Like comfort.
Have
like
you been there
put
in some of these
I've been there, and it was a struggle whenever I caught a pretty serious flu when I was a child, and they put like a warm rag over my head and a sick bucket next to me that I could vomit in and a jug of water, and I'm laying there in a blanket and they're saying sweat it out and be tough and
Were they in the room praying with you? Did they say they were praying outside of the room? Did you believe they were?
It was more of just
Toughen it up?
an understanding of the energy. Like my mom was
Gonna make it
there.
or not?
My mom was there, and she was caring for me, and she was making sure my puke bucket was clean, and that I had a hot rag over my head, and my blanket was there, and everything was clean. So they were caring for me.
Right.
So there was comfort and love, but there was also like this acceptance of, if this is it, then this is it.
And that was
if
understood
you die,
by
nobody's
you at
gonna
that age?
stop by you. Yeah.
Because now, like,
By
look,
like 8 years old, by like 6 or 8 years old, I understood that if I pass away on the couch right now, that's just what's supposed to happen. And
that's powerful.
And it was gonna happen at the couch at my mom's
That's
house.
powerful.
It happened.
Yeah. Keep
Alright.
going. Sorry.
My little brother caught appendicitis one time,
Okay, so that's
and this was a big one.
appendicitis.
I caught a flu. I lived through a flu, and it,
A flu's
and I had
easy.
to
You don't
wonder.
need,
It
you
was
don't need
okay.
a doctor for a flu.
It was okay. My little brother
You don't.
caught appendicitis,
Appendicitis.
and so he got sick, and he couldn't eat. We didn't know what it was.
Just stopped eating,
He stopped eating. He couldn't hold anything down. We're giving him water,
vomiting.
and he's just vomiting, diarrhea,
Okay.
and it's not getting better.
How many days?
It ended up being 26 days,
Before he was finished.
almost a month.
Holy shit, bro.
He's still alive here today.
He's
You can
still
meet him.
alive.
He's a wonderful person. He's got a big old beard. He's jolly, and he loves people, and he loves being
Shoot
alive.
laser. No, is he does he have a special power or purpose?
I believe so. Yeah, I absolutely believe so. I'm not sure what it is, but
Okay.
I think he's 100% on the right track.
Has to be here because I shot a car into an electric pole at 60 miles an hour when I was 16 just to see if I was supposed to be here.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I fell asleep.
You were in the car?
Yeah, I was in the car and I made it. So,
That's what I wonder about this universe,
gotta
man.
have her. I've given them I've given them times, and that's a guilty pleasure. My whole life
Yeah.
is kind of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've been
I'm
shamed
about it.
for it, which is like my own thing I'm trying to release. Cause like, you can, even a guilty pleasure, you don't have to feel shame for. It's
Well.
not my fault that I have a great experience or whatever comes my way. I can understand that. I don't have to feel guilty about it. But many things, yeah.
Yeah.
But what do
I'm a sucker for a lot of pleasures. This Yoniverse, I heard someone call it a Yoniverse earlier today.
Well, universe is, seeing life as the womb of creation. Okay, so my friend Jeffrey down in San Diego runs the Yoniverse, and it's like it's such a funny word because yoni means vagina
Yeah, the whole
in its
system,
basic
right?
aspects, right? But yoni means the ability and the womb of creation, and we can experience that on a sexual level, which every time you hear that word, your brain like goes to it first, like maybe. But once you like develop that you live in a yoni, a fruitation device that can create anything willing, for better or worse, but that's a powerful stance to take, is that I live in a yoniverse, that I live in the womb of creation, and with the right nutrients and attitude, I can create any goddamn reality I've already experienced or will experience. Like, it's like you get there and understand the change of reality, and then you come back to your reality. Terrence is always like, or Ramdas, like, I want to get high and not have to come down. That was his whole trip. Ramdas got so high and was just tired of coming down.
Yeah, it makes sense. You go into a mushroom trip and you learn so much. And I've experienced that. You ever like been like deep in a mushroom trip and you're like trying to write shit down
Bro, the first time I did
and you're
acid,
trying to like record thoughts. You're trying
it
to
was
like
there in
maintain
your
the
fingers.
consciousness. It was. I
you
had
woke
it.
up and went to school in the
It
morning.
wasn't even in my
and-
fingers. It was in my body. I was high on acid and I was feeling it and
was
I
in
was
your heart. Right.
knowing it and
Right.
I was loving it. So there's something about that. Yeah, trying to keep that. Maynard James Keenan from Tool once said, he said, you know, the trick is to do mushrooms one time and then spend the next 10 years trying to get there like without the mushrooms.
Well, and I've had some really good conversations with people. I've just said a year of sobriety because like integration takes time, and if you keep building upon experience, you never get the fruit. You're just juicing, and it's really the close to, and this is my words, but it's really the close to death experience where fruit comes, then seed at the near death. You know, when all fruit fails, we seed. You know, and so it's like.
That's funny. Yeah, so do you like, I always kind of thought about that. As far as going as far as I can as a fruit, as a human, you know, you got a small lifespan, you know, similar to a fruit. So I try to be the biggest, best fruit in this life that I can, a fruit to the world. And,
Why?
to make an impact, it's the,
Is that ego?
I think it's more cultural for a human to try to make an impact in the world and leave a mark. It seems to be the tendency.
I could say evolutionary too, but like good cultural. I mean, the whole point is to leave a trail.
Yeah, cultural kind of turns into evolutionary. Yeah.
No, evolutionary, both the quantum. You know, your culture affects evolution. Evolution affects culture quantumly. Like, can't have one without the other.
Yeah, and that brings us to an interesting topic. What about our culture of our pleasures? I have a culture. I'm from a Western culture of drinking. You know, cowboys drinking, smoking, gambling,
So let me
rambling.
So a culture
fighting,
of
cussing.
drinking. So a Wild West culture, as I would assume from things, but yet not Christian based, or so Christian that government medical wasn't involved. So like snake style Christian, but not with snakes. But like Wild West, like.
Right. Well, with the Christianity, the more you try to suppress those urges and desires and pleasures of the earth, the more family members will branch out and seek exactly those pleasures. And with the environment that we was in 1900s America, it was all about drinking, smoking, gambling, rambling.
So in your family, do you have family reunions?
Yeah, we've had a few family reunions.
And you got 10 siblings from a family of 13.
There's
people.
over 1,000 cousins. Over 1,000 cousins. So,
are you Mormon? No.
No.
No Mormonism.
No
just
Mormonism.
Good old. What did you call? What would you call? What would your family say you are? Or you say?
They're called firstborn Christian.
Firstborn Christian.
Yeah, and it's just reading the MJK version of the Bible.
What does
like
MJK
word for
mean?
word? What is it? The King James version.
Okay, so
of the
it's
Bible,
the Michael
word for
King
word.
James version
Right.
of the Bible. Word for word.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
when you read it word for word, it's
Well, of that
freaking
translation.
hardcore of that
Yeah,
translation.
yeah. Well, that's especially the English translation. That King James was English, yeah.
So that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, it's English,
Yeah.
and they
Do you
got
know
a
about
preacher
Martin
that's
Luther?
tapped in. No.
You know Martin Luther King,
Yes.
right? Martin Luther, to me, is Edward Snowden of old times. So Martin Luther was the person who turned the Bible from Latin into German. Now, English is a Germanic language, not Latin language. Most people don't, but it doesn't matter. It's so Martin Luther. So originally, your purpose was to do the trade your family was born into, right? You apprenticed and you did work, and you went to church. Well, no one could read Latin or Hebrew, for the most part. More Hebrew than Latin. But a commoner went to church. Now that guy could, who knows if he's reading it or not. He could say, this says, how thou shalt. So Luther was the first person, and he translated it into German. Big scholars, and so that's the Lutheran, the Lutheran church. And the Protestants come from that. And I'm pretty sure. But what a powerful experience to give the Word of God that supposedly people think is the Word of God to the people that can actually read it for the first time. You know, which is just a really cool story. Like, you know, a warrior in the path of knowledge to the people. You know, I have my own attachments and disattachments, illusions and confusions and pure rage about the Bible and Christianity as it's spewed. But, you know,
There are some really good ethics and morals, and in the modern culture, a lot of the environment around the religion that my family is involved in is frowned upon, obviously, by some people, which is common, in a lot of
as
folks.
in sexual relations, as in not going to church,
No. As in, like, literally watching your son die at your house.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hear that.
from
I hear
a sickness
that.
that is curable,
Yeah.
and it's frustrating.
That's fucked up.
I myself am an agnostic.
What would you do if your son got sick today? What temperature would you take him to the hospital?
Yeah,
Or would you not?
If he was 103, I'd probably fucking go check him out. I'm agnostic. I don't know.
Agnostic means
Agnostic
it's
meaning
not,
to me.
I don't believe in nothing. That's the other one. That's
Yeah, that's it.
no. That's an atheist.
Atheist means nothing
There
exists.
is nothing is agnostic is I don't know, so anything could be true.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And that's what I feel. My pathway is that you get involved with a lot of incoming knowledge all at once, every single day, and your brain filters this knowledge through your belief systems.
Okay.
Filters out new information coming in. And so my mission is to find these belief systems and dissolve them.
Okay. So find an habitual pattern and dissolve it, but a pattern that is based in religion that you disagree with.
It's more of just, like, generally speaking, trying to go around the world with an open mind.
Well, but for yourself, but for freeing other people, like,
That's their own business.
okay, but you just had a thing saying that you would go around freeing others, or if I may impose my interpretation was like you went through a heavy experience through religion and you want to make sure that people know they don't have to be trapped in some kind of box, not necessarily religion box, but just helping people open an aspect of freedom that maybe their construction didn't build.
You know, as silly as this seems, I'm not actually trying to influence any
Okay.
people. And my mission is to be an observer of this world
For pleasure or for pain
the best I can,
or for just observing?
just for the sake of observing.
Centrism? So, the observer. The observer is probably one of the most pristine dialects of self in a way that's like outside of self, not self, but most aware of self. We're here, we're participating, maybe. Observer says not manifesting to me. But not draining either. So there's a hard part of solitude of an observer. That's a little bit of a delusion, maybe.
It's a solitude for me. In my opinion, I think that a lot of people are running around, running their mouths. And there's a lot of voices out in the world. And it's not my mission to change the world. And it's not my responsibility. And it's not, the world didn't end up like this because of what I did. You know, I only showed up recently. And I'm happy to take part in it, and I share love. And if someone knows me in person, they know that I'm just sharing love from every angle.
Yeah.
So I want to live authentically and not affect others around me negatively. But yeah, my mission is pretty much based on self, and that's why I got some worldly pleasures, and I'm just a simple observer. I'm a passerby just walking through, and I'm really grateful and happy to be a part of this world with these people. And I met these wonderful people, and I met these powerful people that are changing the world, and I'm happy. I'm inspired by seeing hundreds and thousands of people just gathering together in meditations and in ceremonies and in peace and with intentions of bettering the world. And it's such a glory to be a witness to this this period of time, this transitional moment in time. And every person's got a perspective in it, and I love hearing these perspectives and sharing these perspectives. And my mission is, I'm a poet. My mission is that of the poet, is to watch and interpret.
Well, that's more than observer, though. A poet is an interpretator and a deliverer of an experience in a way that maybe you understand, maybe you didn't understand, maybe it delighted you in a perspective you wouldn't have even ever thought. See, you deliver more than an observer. But I love this conversation because I've went through many phases of observer, over talker. I'm an over talker. I talk. You know? I do. I even think about it. And I even study conversation, and there's been times when I've totally stopped talking. And then there's times when I'm like, well, if I'm not talking, who's going to talk? Maybe the switch between observer and manifester is a book I would really like to read.
So what's your role on this planet?
My role on this planet is first an experiencer. So I'm more than observing. I'm happy to experience pain and pleasure. Guiltily, I feel
I've done very well at that. And I also was born into very good cards, which I understand that the cards you're born into deal more of your life than anything you'll ever complete. Because I'm not one of fate or free will. I'm a manifestation of the people around me. Even the worst ones taught me to not go that direction. You know? But my purpose is to have a good fucking time. And I've done that. And I'm doing that. And I will never stop doing that. But I am also here to... Once again, I don't believe in altruism. Selfishly, I have a better time if you're having a good time. If I have 2 people at my party and we're all having fun, I have a good time. If I have 500 people in my town and we're all having a good time, we're having fun. If we have 11 million people in our city and we're all having a good time, I'd imagine we're having a pretty goddamn good time. You know, we feed off people around us. So selfishly, I just want to help the people around me have a better time. Because that's how I have a good time, is by being around happy people. And I can't find them or wasn't born around them necessarily. I feel like we have to build it. And so I live in a dark level of spirituality. Most spiritual people won't hang out with me because the people I hang out with. You know, most people, there's different levels. Some people are trying to reach enlightenment. I'm trying to help people not kill themselves.
That absolutely makes sense.
You know? And that's a very different need and a different energy. And like, and so that's like one level. But my long-term level is like, Jesus will be forgotten. The most institutional knowledge we can leave is as good as we can, whether that's verbal, library, or collegiate. You want your message to be left behind. Your name doesn't matter. I have died in my 5th psychedelic experience, probably is when I really died. When I was like, I left the life and I was okay and I was scared and I left, and then like I came back and then I was confused, and then the next time I left and I got to speak to my makers, and my makers were infused as Bob Marley and Jesus, and Bruce Lee are my mentors, but like fucking Bob and Jesus were there and they were like, bro, you've done all, you don't want to come here now, you're starting to remember. Now you remember. Now get back in there. And so it's like, there's a galactic long-term time fight kind of, I do believe in, of love and hate. Energetic positive and negativity. And if you forget that love is around, you could live your whole life without it. You know? And how do you infuse the ability to have love in your life so that you can grow within it? You know, I started at high school, college, high school. You know, it comes down to the community and the children. It's like, you can't catch kids in middle school if they went through an elementary school that didn't help them. You can't kids in elementary school if they're going home to parents that, we got to be in this together, you know. So you can't change the world, but you can pick a real small fucking bubble. And you can change that bubble. And maybe that bubble will quantumly grow. Maybe this whole world's going to die and that bubble will be the only thing left. Either way, make yourself happy while you're here. And for me, that's by making other people happy around me. So it's like selfish, but it's a good selfishness. That's what I'm here for, I feel like. And to make some kids' books. Dance my ass off.
That's great. I feel like you're well on your path.
That was pretty cool.
Doing a good job.
That's pretty cool to put out loud, you know?
Nice. And educating yourself in the field that you're trying to.
Yeah, I finally have time to read. I rebelled against education, thought I hated it, schooling, now I'm a teacher.
And now you're a teacher.
You know, I knew I was gonna be a teacher my whole life, dude. Everybody told me I couldn't. I don't know. It's just weird. All I ever did was figure out my math problems first and help the class. Teacher didn't know how to relate to people where they were at. Just did their program of this is the message I was taught how to teach. You know, and there's 2 levels of learning and 2 levels of teaching. Or of teaching, there's a top down. So it's like, this is the program. This is how we teach it. You'll either catch it or you don't. Normally 80% catch it. It's a pretty good program. Or you can look at a kid individually and say, which program do you need? But you don't have money or time for that if you got over 6 kids in your class, much less 28.
It's really hard.
35
man.
kids in your class.
The teachers these days are so stressed.
Bless them, bro.
Bless
I knew
these
I would
teachers,
never
they're
go into that
working
route.
So hard.
You know, no one lasts anymore. Because you don't get to do it. It's just but charter schools are big. Charter schools are coming back. You can get government funding. But either way,
I was in Colorado. I went to a charter school or an open high school. It was just a high school in the community for the people that got suspended or expelled from the other high school. So my whole time growing up, I thought it was where you don't want to go. You don't want to go. And I got there, and they're doing snowboarding trips for ski schools, kayaking trips at the Grand Canyon. They're doing rock climbing trips,
right, what
rope
was it?
courses.
It was angry kids, special education kids?
Yeah, it was just an open high school.
Oh, an open high school, okay.
For the community.
Oh, okay, just nice outdoors style school, or just
Raised by, yeah.
Just how old are you? You're 28.
I'm 28 now.
28 now. So you graduated high school in 2013, 14,
2012.
2012. Because I graduated 2002. So, because I'm 38 or 37, something around there.
And it ended up being the best high school in the whole town.
I bet, dude. That's cool, man. And where did you grow up?
Southwest Colorado, Cortez, Colorado.
Cortez, Colorado.
So I was born there around Durango.
So super southern
Well, you got the...
of Colorado?
Yeah, Southwest Colorado in the Four Corners.
Southwest Colorado.
11 miles from the Four Corners. And so if you go 20 miles west, you're in the desert. And if you go 20 miles east, you're in Durango. Or Telluride even.
Yeah, I bet.
And these big mountainous communities. So all year round, my year consists of, in the springtime, kayaking. And then when it dries up, we'll do some mountain biking and dirt biking and four-wheeling. And then, snow comes around, we'll do some snowboarding. And then cycle around that. So a lot of extreme sports.
Nice,
I think
yeah.
extreme sports have affected my life a lot because I've been in a lot of really dangerous situations where I really possibly could have died. Particularly kayaking.
Kayaking? Were
yeah.
you saying that you're a kayak guide?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm just a whitewater kayaker.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'll explore with my little brother, and there's places in the river where you literally don't want to be. And there's places in the river where you'll die. And there's places in the river where it's safe for a moment. It's safe for you while you're there. And it's safe for you if you're going this direction at this angle.
Right. Especially as a kayaker.
But if the conditions aren't just right in your, going how you planned and in your favor, you'll end up upside down real fast.
Okay. And what river was it?
Oh, my brother and I, we rafted all kinds of rivers across Colorado. The Animas River in Durango. This river in Buena Vista to Salida. 11 Mile Canyon over next to Colorado Springs by Manitou Springs. And I was traveling on the road for highway construction, and my brother would meet up with me wherever I was to do some to do some kayaking on the weekends on my off time. So I was lucky to raft like most of the really good rapids in Colorado. By Glenwood Springs, the Roaring Fork is a huge one. And just the experiences that you gain from that, I think, are really powerful. In the just that you could have died, which brings me to a point that I was trying to mention earlier, is that in this universe, every single person that I've met right now has had a near-death experience. I don't know one single person that didn't almost die or could have died.
Okay, cool. New thought.
So what I'm thinking is there's this parallel universe theory where like we don't exist in that universe anymore because we totally died in that universe. And
Right,
that's
definitely.
why we're not there anymore.
Do you die in your sleep a lot at all?
Yeah, well I used to, I don't anymore.
So I never die in my sleep. I can pull myself out of a dream. But like, I will bet you a million of my percentages of effort that I have never died in this experience. Now. Maybe my past lives, if you believe in that. But like, you can't prove I've died. And I can't prove I've died. And like, I've like lived some things and then died and then like woken up and been back in bed. So it's like, you know, you might just Groundhog Day.
You totally died.
You might Groundhog Day all the time, bro. You might just like live a bad day and just Groundhog back. Like, and then maybe that one goes off into a different reality. And
That's a reality where you don't exist, that's why you're here.
well, maybe.
And not there.
Well, I know I've died. But I'm not from this earth either, so it's like, I don't know. I have so many great warmth-filled experiences of the afterlife that like, fucking bring it on. I don't even know, dude. Like, I don't even know or care.
I do.
I'm
believe
so
that
warm.
It is a warm place.
My only job on earth currently is to outlive my mother.
All right.
You
That's
know?
very noble. That's absolutely divine.
That's it, bro.
Because that's like
no, I mean,
one of her main missions.
my dad
is to
is my dad's
have
gonna
her
have a hard
kids
time when his
outlive her.
mother dies, but like, he'd be okay with his kids. My mom's would not. She's a good person.
That makes sense because one of her missions
Not that my dad's
is
not a
to
good
have
person.
her
He's
kids
just-
outlive her.
You should. I mean, that's all blessing. That's all we hope for. But that's like a super new privilege, bro. Like, they say like average life age expectancy was like 28 to 35. That's bullshit. That's because like 20% of kids used to die a percentage at birth, and then so many before 12. Like, kids used to die really young. They're
I
always.
have a lot of family members, and like I said, my mom's mom is one of 13.
How many died? How many died?
I think probably 8 of them made it past 30.
8 of them made it past 30.
Yeah, so a little over half.
Okay, that's about right ratio. Okay.
It's a strong half because they watched their fucking little brother and little sister die, and I think that makes them a strong person.
Damn, bro. I mean, it definitely
But that's
does.
rugged, man.
So,
That's
would they
brutal.
leave you crying in the other room to toughen you up? Was that, you think,
Yeah.
a family practice instead of helping you or feed you?
Oh man, I was watching my little brother die, man.
No,
I
not
said goodbye
when
to
you
him.
were sick. Just normal baby time.
Normal baby time.
Yeah,
No, they
I
care
come
for
from a
me,
learning of
normal.
like
Normal baby time was.
normal
it
baby
was
time,
Normal baby
full
time.
on your needs.
It was normal baby.
Not
time.
like you need to be tough to fucking live.
No.
But if you get sick,
If you got sick, they would tell you kindly
we
that, like,
kindly give you everything that
like
we
you're
have the power
probably
of.
gonna die, and you're
You-
probably gonna die.
Do they tell you to pray? Like, is that how you're gonna live through it? By your own, like,
They
sacrifice
give you that
and pray?
option. You can pray.
Doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They just let you know that you could die and that this is okay. This is divine. This is all right. And out of the
Fuck,
you
I'm
know,
half and half on that. That's fucked up. How do
yeah,
you feel about it? How do you
over
feel
half
about
of
it?
the-
How do
over
you
half
feel
of the
about it? No, no,
children
no.
live.
How do you feel about it? Were you abused?
No,
No.
no. No, I felt okay about it. I always feel okay about it.
It's a pretty good
I'm
spectrum
not gonna
of...
impose that on somebody else, but I'm grateful that I was raised in the warrior spirit.
Touche, dude. That is a warrior spirit. And so much of things are how you see them to how you have the outcome from them, you know?
Learned a lot of lessons really young. Got pretty strong.
Yeah, and you seem extremely calm and happy and like pretty
Calm and
like,
happy, and
you know?
yeah, and that,
Maybe
and that brings us back to your beautiful point of our point of living is sometimes so much more simple than what we make it out to be. And some people are like, I have to do this and I have to do this, and you know, like the ultimate thing is if you can fulfill one mission, like outliving your mom and making her dreams come true, you're free. In this life, you don't have to make a mission. You don't have to complete something and do something and fulfill some destiny. You can literally, and I love that about being an observer, is you're allowed to just exist in this place and time and be stoked about it. It's your privilege to exist in this world right now. And it's a privilege that is a lot of things came together to allow you this privilege.
I think next time.
Right now,
I think
it's a
next time we talk.
celebration.
I think next time we talk, you will be telling me about all the things you're creating. But I think the observer is such a healthy state of development. You know, but I don't know. I want, just you're gonna create a lot of shit, bro. You got that bass in your fingers and the people in the fucking crowd. You ain't observing. You pumping it. But you're doing the work of the observer to be able to utilize that to pump it non-self fear driven with pure feeling based ego, but with pop divine love filled will ego. You know, the ego that wills you to be a better person. The ego that wills you to play till 3 a.m. when they said stop at 2. You know, but it was like, the people are vibing, bro. You know? For what? How much money they pay you? None, right? None. Just that good old goddamn feeling of bringing that vibe to the people. And, eventually you'll need money, for sure. That's the weird part.
That's a weird part.
Is needing money.
I love that.
But nobody
weird part.
needs money. But you do. You need a little money every once in a while.
You do.
It certainly helps.
It's a funny paradigm there.
Not to be the observer. You don't need much to be the observer. But it's certainly, it helps to be the observer too. You can observe a lot more with money.
Yeah. I got some material pleasures, and
how do you feel about pleasures, desires?
If I had a lot of money,
what does your family
I would go to
say? What
Las
do you
Vegas.
think? And do what? Gamble, blow it, just indulge?
Well, I'm not, of that. I'm agnostic. So as an agnostic,
What do you mean of that?
Of that, the religion.
Okay. So
the
you're not of
sinners
the
would
past.
gamble.
You're not of the past for them.
The sinners would gamble and everything. Myself as an individual, I'm a gambling, smoking, drinking dude. So if I got some money, I would go to Vegas.
And gamble?
I'd go to...
You want to play cards? You want to play some cards while we talk right now?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I got a fucking kit right here.
No shit.
Yeah.
I love cards, man.
Dude, I'm a gambler, bro.
No shit, dude.
Yeah. Bro, I'm a fucking big bluffer. Big gambler.
Me
like,
too.
I play this online shit and I look at other people. Their play percentage is 17%. Mine's just 47. I play hands. Cause if you ain't got it, you best have the balls to act like you do.
Let's
I'm
get it,
take it
dude.
You, bro.
And then after we warm up, we'll play for real money, dude. Cause I'm really a gambler.
Oh, this is shit. Ain't nothing come out of this box less than $100. It's a $100 hand. Every
Alright,
hand. No, I'm just
alright.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, cause I'm down, man. I usually play 10s
No, I
and
got
20s.
I got 20s, dog.
Yeah, I usually play 20s.
Do $20 cash
20's
game.
great. 20 cash
You wanna
in
do a
is
$5
perfect.
warm up? Or you wanna do a $20 cash game?
No, we're gonna do a free warm up.
Free warm up?
And then a $20 cash game for
Okay.
sure. I'm down for 20 game.
Yeah, I knew there was poker players. You wanna go to like Phoenix and when we go through there and like actually play poker in the room?
Yeah, I want to.
Dude. So like my rules, like I only buy on 120 and then like when I get to 450, 400 I leave. But once I get my bankroll up, I'll start changing that. But currently, if I lose once, I'm out. Eventually, I'll be able to like withstand more of a loss, but I really can't afford to lose more than 120 bucks right now. But I normally get up. I normally win. I just learned how to play poker.
My dad taught me whenever I was like in elementary school.
Yeah.
So I'd play with him and my brothers. Just friendly, always for free. And then some band members that I was playing with were pretty interested in it. So after band practice, we would always get together for poker and
Play for money.
play different types. Yeah, we played for money a few times.
Dealer calls. Like different types of poker, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
dealer calls. Yeah, that's what my dad would play. That shit's fucking.
It's a fun
That's a
way to
brain
pass the
contortion.
time.
That's a brain contortion too. The different when you're switching it up. Like it's one thing to like get in the groove and perfect one game. But I've also been like led into some weird circles like this like high-low circle where like all of a sudden they said I owed them like $130. They were like, not like doubled and it landed on you. I was like, bro, we were putting like dollars in. It's like, yeah, but this normally doesn't happen. I was like, yeah, no, I'll fight all of you right now. I'm not giving any of you a dime. We can start over and you can explain the rules better. Like, I didn't know I could ever lose more than $20 in a hand, you know, at like a bar game. But, yeah, my grandma played cards. It was like something we would do. My grandma was the shit, bro. Florida. Alcoholic husband. Burnt the house down. Stayed with him. He sobered up. Ended up working for NASA. You know, they had 50 years together. Most of them pretty happy. Just like, love of, like, the true spirit and heart of my life is my grandma. She's just like, so soft. To the touch and smell. Just so grandma-y. So funny. Yeah, we just played poker all the time, like for chips and stuff. It's like, that was cool. And then when I got out to Cali, I started playing. Oh, yeah.
I went to Vegas a few times and I just did slot machines. I'm not good enough to fucking sit at the tables there yet. Or at least I haven't had the balls yet.
Oh, good. I'm gonna take your money easy then. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why we're playing for free, right?
No, just cut.
You just wanted me to cut it?
Yeah, it's okay. You can deal
Damn it.
first. That's a cut.
Alright, you cut it. I'll deal first.
Yeah, you know, I tried to be scared when I played. It doesn't work very well. But I still am very scared when I play. But the limit is no good. You have to play the no limit, and you have to play. And like, once I get like $2,000 in my pocket, fuck, bro. I'll be good at poker. My problem is I can't afford to lose. So,
We'll just do Texas Hold'em 5 card.
please, yeah. Or
For
what do you
now.
mean?
Yeah, you can check it.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, you can check it. We'll do check it now.
Normal Texas Hold'em,
Yeah, and then we'll do one card at a time. River. 5 cards.
Yep.
So low hands.
Is that 10? You want to do antes or blinds?
We're gonna do Annie's.
Just keep it simple since there's 2.
Yeah. People I've been playing with in Cortez always drop in like a fucking at least a dime, just like a dime for everybody. Whoever wins the hand always leaves like a dime on the table for an Annie. And I'm like, that's not even an Annie, that's like 4 times an Annie.
Huh. You ever won a bunch of money gambling?
Nah, no more than $20.
I had a friend win $1,000.
$100.
I've had some friends win some money, but
I won like 150 at a slot machine once. 150? That was pretty cool. Yeah.
How much did you just
I started with 60.
Okay.
Dropped down to like 20 and then hit a jackpot to 150. And as soon as you hit that, I'm like, peace.
Yeah.
Free dinner, baby. Free dinner, free drinks.
Just cut it. Yeah. Especially the slots.
First time I was 20 years old. I was working on a highway construction crew. And I was 20 years old and I was a supervisor of like 6 people. And they're all over 21, you know.
50 cents.
So they go to Cripple Creek, Colorado, which is like the Las Vegas of Colorado. It's just a whole strip of casinos. They're all stoked about it. And I don't want to be the only one not to go, being fucking the supervisor of all of them. So I go in there and I start gambling. And I made like $20. And I was like, yeah, free hot wings. And I go to the restaurant next door and I got some free hot wings. And I got some dank ass, some fries, some ranch. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet 2 green ones.
Call you 2 green ones.
Then I go back in, I'm getting cocky, and I'm fucking getting shit, and the dude's like, where's your ID? And I was like, I'll show you my ID, you're not gonna like it. Oh, no.
I got 2 blue ones.
$2. So we have a conversation outside, and I talk my way out of a big-ass felony at 20 years old. Because he's like a cop, and he's like, dude, this is a felony.
Wait, why were you going to get a felony?
Can't be here. For gambling underage in the casino.
Nice.
But he looked at it, he's like, how much did you make? And I was like, I made $3. And he's like, he looked at the security camera, and he's like, yep. He looked like he came in, and he made $3, and he got rushed. So they didn't know about the $20 I made earlier. So I still got my free hot wings, and I missed the ticket.
Damn. Nice. Alright, so it's your bet now.
Yeah, last one. I do a red.
I'll do all your reds.
All the reds?
I'll raise you all the reds.
Yeah, okay. Since I didn't have to pay for it.
Out of straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Damn it. I got 2 pair king eye.
Nice. That was a good card. 7's a good card. I got pretty lucky on that one.
I figured a straight was your only shot.
president. You know someone that will steal from you. Yeah, we filled up. But, like, do you know a king you would happily die for? You know, and like, a lot of Judaism, but it's a different thing of a leader, and like, I'm becoming an acquaintance with a few energy experiences that are more powerful than mine, to an extent where I maybe would lay down my life for them. No, I'm not at the moment of my life currently, but in the swing of things, I could really see that. Of, you know what? We're all here to play a part, and you're going to play a much bigger part than me. And anything I can do to serve that would be fucking righteous. And I'll be accepted at the afterlife, reborn into a fucking better life, or humbled at the least. I don't know, you know? Like, I could see the theory of it, but I've never seen anyone in my presence to hold any kind of grounds of that. You know, and Monticello speaks of just like, he says, I feel sorry for us that we have forgot what it knows to have a king. A king at the front of battle. You know, the first one on the horse. And, you know, and then there's the, I mean, that's pillage, like the whole king thing is kingdom, which is tough for me. You know, I'm not I mean, yeah, I will play crypto coin and buy land and fucking rent leases out. Of course I will. But is that the epitome of slavery? Yes. You know? Do I want to fucking not make money off of it? No. Be stupid. Hold my fucking morals above, like, my reality. When, like, what could you do with $100,000? Be real fucking moral, I bet. You know? Well, be moral and be broke. You know, Cat Stevens learned that one the hard way. Not the hard way, the long way. You know Cat Stevens' story?
I know a part of it.
Swam out in the ocean, caught a riptide, was about to die, said, Lord, you save me, I'll fucking live my life by your side, quit music. Currents changed, got washed back in the shore, quit playing music for 30 years, became a monk, walked around homeless, talked to people that would talk to him, saved lives, changed lives, miraculously did 1,000,000 fucking gifts of God, you know? And then you start thinking, damn, what if I didn't have to walk everywhere? Damn, what if I had a church? Damn, what if I was a musician that 1,000,000 people listened to and I could sing a fucking message of God? All them things I denounced back in the minute. Now, I know my purpose. I had a sword and I was swinging it like crazy. And you have to take that time off to be the observer. But eventually you come back as the swinger of swords, you know? For righteous or wrong, and that's the scary part. Because people come back as the swinger of swords and genocide fucking continents.
Yusuf Islam, right?
Yusefe?
Yusuf Islam is what they call Cat Stevens now.
Okay, I know Yusef. I didn't know the Islam behind it, but I knew Yosef, something like that.
Yusuf
His last album, I think, was Yusef. Even before, or maybe before, maybe after.
I saw him do a live performance with Chris Cornell, and it was fucking incredibly hard.
I bet he's the shit, dude. I mean,
all hard.
have you seen Death?
Cool.
I saw Death for a second. He only saw it for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I think about being stranded at ocean. Being out there for a week would have to be like time is relative to the emotion.
I had a big one when I was 17. I fucking rolled my car on my way out. I was 16, 17. I've been living at my band house, playing guitar for a living, and working at Taco Bell, and I was driving out there. Anyway, I got in a car accident and rolled out of my car, broke my femur in like 3 places, got knocked out, and I had this crazy near-death experience in my brain. You know, I don't know if I was actually close to dying or not, but it was one of those situations where I absolutely could have died, and it was one of those situations where in my mind I believed that I did die, and so I was in a place where time didn't exist. I felt like I was there for longer than I've even been alive.
So you wrecked your car?
I wrecked my car.
Head on? Collision or into the woods?
No, I just drove off into the ditch. There
Drove
was
off into
sand
the woods,
on the
wrecked
road.
your car. Were you alone with people?
Yeah, I was just all by myself.
Intoxicated?
Didn't
No?
even hit anybody. I was intoxicated. I swerved around a car. There was gravel on the road.
Just went off the road.
Bald ass tires.
Rolled.
Just learning how to
Rolled.
drive. Yeah, I hit the ditch, rolled,
Boom,
flew
boom, boom.
out.
You flew out of the car?
Flew out of the car, landed
No seatbelt?
110 feet away from the car. No seatbelt.
You flew out,
I
landed
landed
110
feet away from the car.
Okay. And then
Shattered femur. And last thing
inside, outside?
I remember was hitting the ditch.
Femur come inside, outside?
It was inside.
Okay.
Femur was inside. And during the experience, I felt like, life flashed before your eyes, Like, the moment is right now. The moment is right now in this moment. And, the past, if it experiencing it felt like a long time, but looking back, it doesn't really feel like a long time. And it feels like you could have done more, you could have felt things more. And whenever you, accepted that you died, and that's all that you had, and that's all that you did, and your message was, it's hard to fight this feeling that you wanted to do a lot more, and you instinctively know that if you go down that road, that mental thought process, that you're going down into a pit of despair and trauma, and but knowing that, just appreciating what you did when you was alive. So whenever I thought I was dead, and I was in this place where I was shapeless and formless,
unconscious,
thoughtless.
So you
no
flew
thoughts.
out.
I flew out. I hit a telephone pole. I hit my head on the door. I was unconscious instantly before I even flew out, and then I hit a telephone pole, which broke my leg. And then I still landed 110 feet away from the car.
110 feet.
On the other side of a driveway from the car. But whenever I was unconscious, I felt like I was there for a really long time. I guess is what I'm saying. It felt like I was there for longer than I've ever been alive.
Why?
I was alive for this much, and I had a perspective of this much time for how long I've been alive. And I was in this space for a much longer period of time. My life was just such a short,
Do you remember anything about that
blissful
space?
memory. And I remember, it was quiet, shapeless, formless, thoughtless. It was just an awareness of love. It was awareness of, what I am, and this caring being that brought me to life, and this huge energetic support of me being on Earth, from the time that I was born. It was the same place that you go to whenever you go to sleep. It was the same place you go to whenever you get knocked out. It was just blissful, thoughtless, blank.
My sleep's not always
Just
blissful.
space. The time in between when you're dreaming, whenever
Okay,
everything's quiet,
gotcha.
you get complete surrender.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I don't know, and I just thought I wanted to come back And the thing that you miss the most is the struggles. What I miss the most is feeling rocks on my bare feet.
I mean, how long were
Feeling
you out? What do
thirsty.
you mean? You just it was
I was
so
out
long.
for an hour, so not very long.
For real?
Yeah.
An hour?
Yeah.
That's super long unconsciously, no? Is that not? I mean, you talking about just like paraplegic breathing, but I guess some people are out for months.
I don't know. I was unconscious for an hour. I woke up in the field with the ambulance, next to the car accident.
You woke up still in the field an
The
hour
ambulance
later.
was already there.
An hour later, and you've been unconscious for an hour.
Yeah. But it felt like 30 years.
But it felt like
dude.
30.
It felt like
Wow.
longer than I've been alive. Longer than I've spent on Earth. I spent in this place where I accepted the fact that I was never going to see grass grow. I was never going to experience hunger or thirst. And these are the things.
These were the things you thought about.
These are the things that I missed.
Yeah.
I missed hunger. I missed thirst. I missed being bored.
Well,
I missed being stuck into
okay.
a room
Okay.
that I was never going to escape. I missed experiencing time, where time
Ooh.
slowed down, and I just thought I was never going to leave time because time is a precious experience that you get to experience.
Death is a precious experience. Or, so my own personal theory is that when you die, you go to the almighty orgasm. Because the most highest levels of consciousness and release I've ever felt combined was the orgasmic state. And I would assume that it is within an octave of 7.8 hertz of some earth divine somatic creation vibration, whatever we go to when we orgasm. Either way, the orgasm is the only reason to really experience anything. It's great. It's like the pinnacle of the God experience. But when you die, I think you go there. And it's great. Whatever your orgasm is, it'll give it to you. But eventually you get bored with it. And then you want the pain. Not necessarily want the pain, but
You do.
But you do.
You really do want the pain.
Dude,
You
imagine
crave it
imagine
so hard.
orgasming for a year. Imagine for 10 years. Imagine nutting in an ecstasy vibration of even bounding self for an eon. You'd be like, Captain, I'll take the ticket for the most fucked up experience. And that's why when you die, you laugh so hard. Because you realize all the pain that you went through, you chose. And I don't want to say that to say that we choose our pain, because that's a fucked up experience for a lot of people. For me, fortunately, my most fucked up experiences, I've been able to come out on a different side and be like, and I think, to me, my death experiences have been that. You fucking...
It was a good show.
Yeah, bro. Good show, bro. Yeah, you really fucking had,
You got me for a minute.
yeah. Remember that one? Remember when you wanted to do that one? You're like, and then, but that's also just the realization of all growth,
I love that. That's your spirit energy.
Oh, I have this one.
That's your spirit reflex.
Well, the best
There
one
goes
though,
it,
when
dude.
truly punished, is it squirts out rainbow ice cream. And I don't know if the Grateful Dead influenced me to that, or if that influenced the Grateful Dead, if that's a common thing. But nah, when I truly squirt, spiritually squirt, get to the place where I'm so spiritually happy that I squirt. I don't know. I'm not peeing the bed. It's a squirt.
But yeah, it comes out as rainbows of ice cream. I could draw you a picture. It's funny. But the Grateful Dead all did too. It's like the guy sticking the ice cream cone to his forehead, like. It's like you just get, and maybe it's just the acid thing. Just get so high on acid that you just have to laugh at yourself. You have to laugh at yourself, especially when you create most of the troubles you get into.
We absolutely take this shit so much way too seriously.
I'm really good at that. That's why people fuck with me, because like most of my jobs, they'll be like, you can take high stress environments and you don't really care. Well, I've learned I don't care. I used to lucid dream so deeply. I could fly feet first. I could open up doors and have 8 women behind it, pick 3, 2, go have sex. Just dirty pleasures all night. Like, I could do anything. This world, man, like, and I dove deep into myself, asked myself, what's the reality of life? Like, after I started flying and fucking, like, I got deep and it was just like, this is a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's the most beautiful experience ever to laugh at. It's just so good. So good. Everything about this. And just like, you know, it's like, you know, the 3-horse story. The struggle horse is the one that performs the best when struggles get hard. You know, the horse that had it easy is the first to quit. I don't know if you know the Buddha 3-horse story, but it's like basically that. 3 horses, shit, life came easy to one, life didn't the other, or middle and the other, life didn't in the third. But when life changed, who can deal with change? You know, people that dealt with a difficult life succeed when multiple fucking challenges become in front. Like, it's easy to be born into an easy, like, you know, but adaptability and like
People like that's what's so fucked is because, you know, I feel like a lot of the propaganda today is pushing you to say like, we're fucked. This is terrible. This is awful. This hurts. We're traumatized.
Right.
And this sucks. And it's like, dude, things literally haven't even started. If you think you're at your last end already right now, while things are still cush,
I mean, I've lost a lot of friends.
not gonna be ready for the crazy shit that's gonna happen.
A lot of people aren't ready.
You know, a lot of people, sadly,
But it's okay. It's okay not to be ready.
Aren't
It's
ready
okay.
for that kind of thing, because you think about history and the way people have been. This is the most comfortable generation that's ever lived on this planet, as far as like Kush and.
Debatable, but I would. I
Debatable.
like it. I like it.
All right, as a standpoint, I
Yeah,
get
sure.
that.
Most comfortable.
And to think that, you know, that we're fucked like right now and that things are difficult right now, I feel like it defeats the person before the battle started.
Definitely.
If you feel like you're defeated and people are acting like
Oh,
they're
yeah,
defeated and that was
tenfold.
difficult and we're already on
Quantum.
our last straw, it's not going to be too hard to break you. And
Right.
so it's important for people, you know, and I'm not going to push any message on anybody, but I think it would be nice for people to realize that we have it fucking awesome right now. We have it so
Yeah, but
nice.
I was talking about this the other day, and it's like, just because we went through the pain so they don't have to, and they're not naive for not going through it. They're fucking... I've lived my best life, and I've struggled the hardest I could, so maybe someone else doesn't have to struggle through what I did. And do I look at them and be like, you little naive punk-ass bitch don't know struggle? Yeah. But what a brilliant opportunity to grow from. Now maybe shit's gonna get fucking gnarly. And they're gonna fucking be a little bitch out of water.
knows?
We did what we could.
Who knows? At this moment, that ignorant ass fucking, I don't even know what they call them, but like 25-year-old, 20, not even 25, like there's 20, like 18, like fucking raw. Like they're just like, she's like, yeah, I sit in the corner and just like improve everyone's experience because I meditate in the corner. Okay, cool. You do. I mean, you could be a lot more helpful. But you do you, girl. Who knows? What a beautiful thing to think. You know? I do believe you could be more helpful. But that's just me. Because I'm a fucking tough-ass motherfucker. I'm a warrior. But I've been a warrior so that angels could live. You know? And maybe they're ignorant. Maybe they're fake. But what a cool experience to live until your heart gets crushed.
Experience. Yeah.
You know?
And
And to think that we helped with that, I mean, who knows? Like, it slaps you in the face at times. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, pave the way for that. Motherfucker's smoking weed on the corner. He's, you have that thought of being arrested. You know? He fucking walking around like, I mean, people been high on acid in public for a long time. And like, we didn't, like, 70s, I mean, that's not, but we did legalize weed.
Yeah, we did.
When I was born, weed was illegal.
Bad illegal.
Bad.
Too. Not good illegal. Not like, okay, like,
No, I did that. We did that.
don't do that illegal.
I
It was
continuously
like, you
risked
fucking
my fucking
motherfucker.
year, and I had my best friends go to jail, bro. You know, like we pushed it, and now we did it. Oh, and I can say that. And so it's like, yeah, I have a tough skin. What the fuck do you do? I used to work on pot farms, and these little fucking cute little 24-year-old girls that don't even smoke weed would come up there and just be happy about making $400 a day. And I'm like, yeah, I'm happy for you. But like, fuck you. You didn't earn none of this money. You fucking would have hated me in high school and fucking probably turned me in for smoking weed, you little cunt. You know? Like, I'm serious. Oh, but now it's like, so it's like, I hate a lot of people, but it's bullshit. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Because that's why I did the work. That's why we did it. So people could have a better life. And we can't be sour and salty.
People are having such a better life now.
I'm having a better life too. But yeah, how could you not? Well, I mean, no, but fuck that too. Have you seen Euphoria? Could you imagine going through high school with a cell phone? Bro, I send dick pics, get dick pics, like, I'm a dumbass, bro. I'm dumb. Dumb. Oh, what? Bro, I could be let, like, I'm so happy. I mean, I'm never gonna run for president. That's for damn sure.
Nice.
Dick pics I've sent. I mean, girls, they want them. But still, it's just like, look at it. Have you seen Euphoria? Bro, it fucked me up, bro. It's this, like, show. It's like, and it's so raw and real. And it's really good because it's, like, it's fucking queer as fuck. You know, it's like the main girl, she's like, she's dealing with it and it's open. And, like, I support the shit out of that. But it's like drug-induced fucking pornography, fucking super to the T. And it's like, which is more me now than I was back then. Like, back then, yeah, I mean, we were just starting, but it's like, it's showing you that it's okay to do that younger. We had Dare come to our school, and they were like, this is what drugs look like, kids, don't do them. And we were like, sweet, fucking snorting every goddamn thing they showed us the next day. So now these kids have a movie out, or a series, and they're like, this is what sexual addiction looks like. Don't do it. You know?
Mm.
Fuck, I know what I did after the Dare fucking session. I could only imagine watching that shit when I was 12. Like, what? You can fuck 38-year-old men, being male or female. That's an option. Being a fucking 14-year-old, you can get like, you just get. It's a fucked up TV show. But it's real. That's good for people to see it. But it's fucked up, bro. That I watched that show and I was working on a pot farm all by myself, and it was like right when the BLM shit was going on. I was like, it's probably one of the most mental disturbing times I've had in my life. COVID didn't fuck with me. The BLM shit, I literally thought the turn was gonna happen. I thought that was our Rome, bro. I was out in the middle of the woods just fucking growing plants, but I was like watching the internet at night, just like, holy shit, bro.
Holy shit, bro.
People are going crazy. Rightfully so. Or non-rightfully so, I don't know. So
Yeah.
it's all so weird.
Honestly, that's why I just, like, personally,
The Observer, but you
That's
know, you
why
can
I'm
only
the
do that for so
Observer.
long, though. It's okay. It's okay. You know?
because this is fucking crazy, dude, and I don't have responsibility for none of it.
Well, so that was the key word I wanted to bring up, is like, so it's the responsibility disattachment to why you became the Observer, because you don't want to feel in control because, like, you're not in control, or things haven't been control, or whatever. But you can influence without being responsible of outcome. I mean, not really, but you're no more responsible. If you see someone get beat up and raped in front of you and you just observe, are you any more guilty than, like,
Right.
telling someone to go over there? Like, there's ways to debate things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to not choose is a choose. To choose is to choose. Like,
Yeah, and that's a struggle.
that's a thing. That's a thing.
That's a thing.
But
Comes with
to
being born.
choose when you're ignorant is arrogant as fuck. And sometimes you gotta observe for long enough until you know why you're choosing to input. And you're no longer blindly inputting. You have done the observing and the calibrating, and you've configured who's around you, and by goddamn, it's you. That's the one that's going to do the difference. You know? And that's not needed by you. It's not a weight you have to carry. You know? It's not a thing you judge or not judge, or like, it doesn't matter if you do it or not. It doesn't. But one day you'll want to. Because you'll be the best in the room. And that's a weird feeling too. Because a lot of motherfuckers think they're the best in the room. Or they don't even think about it. They just speak as if they were. You know? But, you know, observe, but know that one day, like, it will be you, the smartest motherfucker, especially if you've been the one observing and not just talking. Because you get 10 times smarter by observing than talking. But you don't really know what the fuck you've observed until you can speak it. And it normally takes being like 3 to 4 times of speaking it before it's like yours. So it's so, you know, it's a fucking circle, man. But you're a fucking leader, you know? But sit back until you're ready, because that's what the real ones do. They don't just run. shit.
Damn,
But I've been through that. I've been through that cycle, man. It's just super real to me. And like I'm still judging myself all the time. But like I've got 10 years on you, bro. I popped my bubble at 28. I've been studying, reading, got fucking books up here, like fucking. So there's 64 codons of our genetic fucking genome, right? There's 64 possibilities that our genetic genome could come out. So this guy basically put he was a Trustafarian, 50-year lifetime, never had to work a dime. And all he did was trace the I Ching, just trace it. And he came out with this book, and it's the physical form. So the I Ching, like they had figured out all of the emotional forms of personality on the outside world. And this guy related it to the inside physical form. So there's 64 genetic codons that we have that could be blocked or unblocked. Flowing, released, hyperextended, underextended, or Vadishi, or Vishi, whatever. Pristine perfection. Alright? So, this is the book that will help you. Whatever you're asking right now, kind of like tarot, because that's how they use the I Ching, is a tarot deck. And so, personally, when I get used to it, I just ask it about self in the moment. But if you have a particular question, open that book and we'll flip through a second of it. It's a kind of a long chapter, so we won't maybe read the whole thing. Or we can. I mean, it's only like probably 15 minutes, but. Embracing the dark side, the 28th gene key. So Siddhi is immortality, which is the best gift that you could have from this. Your gift is totality, which you could teach others. And your shadow is purposelessness. So maybe something that you might be struggling with.
Yeah, so this is a wonderful book called The Gene Keys. I highly recommend checking it out. I read this. It takes about 10 minutes, the 28th gene key. I took it out of here for you all, but if you want to check out what it says, you can go to the YouTube and just search 28th gene key, Aaron Traveling Sounds. I'll put a link in the end, and you can get the full reading. But you can get the gist of it from how we experience it. It hits it right on the dot. Basically, it talks about purpose, overindulging, gambling. This book, every time you open it, it just seems to nail where you're at in your perspective right on the dot. So I highly recommend it.
Maybe something like that.
And we'll get back to the show.
It's good book, though.
That was great. Thank you so much. I feel like I just got an awesome tarot reading.
Yeah, it's like, that's what that is. It's the original tarot, like, the I Ching is like, but it doesn't really make much sense if you, like, it's difficult to read.
That was
But that one's good.
That was pretty relevant to me. I don't know if that's just a coincidence, but
Every
that's
time, bro.
relevant to me,
And
dude.
like I shortened it by probably like 1/8. It's like I've never broke that book out and just not have it just humble me.
That was incredible.
And we were talking, we were gambling. We're literally it's never once talked about gambling. We're literally gambling right now.
And I said that like 4 times already.
4 times.
On the podcast that I'm a gambling dude.
No. Like,
So it says, if you can find, you know, and I get caught in this struggle of like cat and mouse, and catching
Of what?
this and grabbing that,
FOMO?
whatever,
What do you mean,
money, girls, whatever.
Are you addictive or binger? Or does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm definitely trying to avoid both of those, but I'll binge.
I binge more than addict. But
I mean, I guess I should give you more than options than like,
Are you a piece of shit or a double piece of shit? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's like that though, but like,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm pretty good at binging, but I don't, temptation leads to addiction really fast with me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But knowing that,
Temptation leads to addiction. Is that what you said? Just repeating, just for a moment.
this is good though,
Temptation.
because just
What do you-
recognizing that instead of just throwing it all away, which I do have a tendency to do, is just throw it all away. I mean, you could probably tell I'm an all or nothing kind of guy.
You've been pretty open with me,
But
but people normally
It's good
see
to
me as all or
remember
nothing.
to
People normally either love me or hate me. Like,
yeah,
but we've been
I
on
love
many
it.
different levels of energy. But I've been
pretty consistently, like, just awesome.
well, right, but like, yeah.
Like, strong and wise and, like, aware and willing to step back. But the message I got from the book, I guess, is immortality can be gained by, like, following my path. My path, is to not give a shit about anything and just to enjoy the play and the dance and the orchestra and harmony, and that's gotta be it. Nothing else makes sense for me.
Well,
But
and
just
well,
to
but
friggin'
until so
orchestrate the
tomorrow I teach you how to dance,
play. All right.
and that'll be the difference. But then you'll know how to dance.
I hope so.
No, I'm not saying that after me you'll be a dancer. But theoretically, is what I'm saying. There will be a point when someone teaches you how to dance. And there will be a point when you teach others how to dance. Of all aspects. And you're the most humble, openly giving recipient of that will progress way faster than me. I'm a stubborn asshole in my life, bro. These circles are hard for me. People that accept themselves, fuck, bro. I've never accepted mine, so like I feel uncomfortable in most of them. Like, it's difficult being around people that just like have totally never actually wanted to kill someone. People that have just had the good life. It's difficult. It's like weird.
I'm wary of those guys.
But that's
because-
why we did it. That's why their parents did it. Their parents, who knows where they came from? Some of these blessed out people, man, their parents probably went through some shit. Or maybe not. Maybe they're just drunk and ignorant LA money. Definitely something I can think of. Sedona, like, fuck, bro. You had a 4-acre lot back in the day. You paid $12,000 for those? Now you got $3.2 million. Like, yeah, like you could pave your way to be ignorant. But I don't know. A lot of ignorance just comes from lack of knowledge. True ignorance is lack of knowledge. Like, stupidity is different. But like, ignorance is just not knowing.
Right.
I'm ignorant of many things. And
Yeah.
I've been ignorant, and unfortunately, on an aggressive side of ignorant. Like, I've been a bully, like, yeah, I've been a piece of shit, bro. And like, luckily, I pushed myself into different situations, but luckily when I got there, they didn't know who I was. And they were like, let me grow a little bit, And I was like, damn, that dude was a dick. But if they would have just called me out, I would have just like fucking, I don't know, it's just like, it's weird. Growth, acceptance, where people come from, what ladders people need, what ladders they can't accept. Boundaries are huge. Don't let people below your boundary like influence you or even be around you if you can't handle it.
Playfulness.
I'm going to a radical play event. It's called Unleashed. It's in Miami. It's the most beautiful people. They live in Homestead, South Miami. And they are just dancing for the people.
Much love, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed this. I feel like I've grown a lot.
Alright. This is for all the marbles. Alright.
I'm down.
Got Queen of Diamonds, 6 of Hearts. Oh, are you fucking kidding me, bro? You got King, Queen? 6-8. I'll take the underdog, bro.
You don't have a choice.
Well, that's a discard card. So that kind of sucks. That could have helped me. Ooh. Ace. 7. Ooh. 8.
You're up now.
Just to see. I'm up now. You still have...
You got a pair of 8s.
You have an 18% chance. You son of a bitch.
Yeah! What was the chance of that? 18% chance?
18%, bro. Which is like 1 out of almost 6, 1 out of 5. It's like not that bad. 6, 7, 8. So I need a 6 or an 8.
Right. Preferably an 8.
Damn, look at all those 7s.
Hey, you gotta go with 7.
No, these are discards. It's
Oh.
just, yeah. Alright, nice.
Alright, sorry I
You got
couldn't
any other
send you
stories
home
you
with a
need to
good
tell?
one.
I'm gonna clean up these cards. It's your last moment. You have 1 moment to shine.
The last moment to shine. Let's play a song.
Tell me a joke. Oh, you wanna play a song?
Yeah, let's play a song.
Yeah, play a song. Here. Lay this down.
Cool. You wanna play drums?
Yeah.
Or banjo?
All right, Nomad Damon with the Traveling Sounds from the Blueberry Lounge. Thank you so much, Aaron. Thank you so much, everyone who listened. If you made it all the way through, please leave me a comment. Let me know. Let me know if what Aaron said was absolutely crazy, if you totally vibe with it. Express to me what your thoughts were, because we'd love to have a little bit of feedback. Thank you so much. Enjoy little bass tunes while Aaron leads us out. We got a couple other little jammers coming up for you guys as you're driving down the road or something. But we appreciate you. Stay tuned. Traveling Sounds from the Blueberry Lounge. Nomad Damon. Have a wonderful day.
and he's an Irish dude with some Scottish influences. And I just mean that, you know, in the best way. Red beard.
You wanna know the weirdest Irish dude experience I ever met? Was after this Widespread Panic show, and this really, really buff, fucking, really beautiful bearded, fucking red-headed Irish man in like a leprechaun outfit was just like aggressively trying to have sex with me. But like, it was just so weird. Little big.
Aggressively,
Not aggressively. He just looked aggressive. He's probably being very gentle, but he was like.
He's just an aggressive guy.
All his muscles were showing. So anyone with their muscles showing when they talk to me, I'm like, ugh, you're aggressive. But that's just my fault because I probably don't work out enough.
Yeah, this guy Justin. Let's see, he had an Irish beard. He taught me a Scottish dance, and it helped me a lot with all my dances. You know, going to like many dance festivals, and it was just like basically stomping on the ground, jumping and stomping on the ground, like bang, 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 and jumping and hitting it. Because we started the festival by throwing axes and throwing hatchets and throwing rocks and crushing barrels, crushing oil drums.
Crushing oil drums.
With steel concretes, and we was like, and then and the dance started, and he was like, just keep that energy and just be stomping on the ground, you know. And when you stomp on the ground real hard, it lifts you up, you know, and you're jumping and bouncing, and it gives you the Irish kick, and all of a sudden your body is like weightless, and it's just a great way to like start the dance. So if I show up and I'm nervous and I don't know what I'm doing, I'll start stomping on the ground and jumping, and next thing I know, we're flying and spinning around in circles, and it gets the dance started, and that's just the great spirit. It's like an ancient spirit that you remind me of.
My name is Maynard, and I'm a major painter. Dun, 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 Well,